There's an employee running your business right now, and he's making terrible decisions. He's burning you out, he's costing you money, and the worst part, you probably don't even realize he's on the payroll. I call him old you. And unless you fire him, your business will never grow past where it is right now. I'm Ryan, and businesses hire me to build systems that create freedom. And if your business feels heavier than ever, even though you're doing everything right, this video is for you. Let me tell you about a contractor I know. Well, actually, it's a story I hear over and over from business owners just like you. There's this guy. He's up at 5 a.m. every single day. He's first one on the job site, last one to leave. He's doing estimates on the weekends, answering his phone at dinner, and handling every crisis that comes up. And honestly, he does great work. Happy customers, solid reputation in his community, everything you would want in a contractor. But here's what's driving him absolutely crazy. Year after year, same revenue, same stress, same ceiling. He keeps hitting no matter how hard he works. Why? Because old you is still running the business like it's day one. All because you can keep doing it this way. That doesn't mean you should. Here's what most people don't get. Old you built your business when you had to survive. He put things together with whatever worked. He cut prices just to get jobs. He did everything himself because there was nobody else. And you know what? That worked. Old you got you here. He kept the lights on. He built your rep. He made something from nothing. But here's the problem. Old you doesn't know how to grow a business. Old you still thinks working harder always works. Old you believes more hours equals more money. It's like trying to run a new truck with old dirty oil. Everything runs, but it's way harder than it should be. You've changed. Your customers have changed. Your chances got better. But the way you run your old business, that's still old you. Making choices based on fear, not having enough, and just trying to survive. Until you change that, you're stuck. Before I show you how to spot old you, let me give you something you can try right now. Tomorrow morning, before you start your day, write down one thing you did today that only you could do. Just one thing. Everything else on that list, that's old you, not the boss's job. Because here's what's different about contractors who break free and the ones who stay stuck. They know the difference between what they can do and what they should do. So how do you know if old you is running the show? Let me show you the three biggest problems he creates. Whether you do landscaping, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, it really doesn't matter. These problems show up everywhere. Problem number one. You do cheap work, but your time costs big money. You'll spend your Saturday morning doing paperwork to save $200, but you're trying to build a multi-million-dollar business. Your time is worth way more than $200. Why do you keep doing it? Because old you started doing it when every dollar mattered, when you couldn't afford to pay somebody else. But that was then, and this is now. Problem number two. You fix the wrong things. Business owners call me all the time saying, hey, we need more customers. But when I look at their business, they're getting plenty of customers. They just don't call them back fast enough. Old you sees no work coming in and thinks, we need more ads. New you should see the broken callback stuff and think, we need a better way to follow up. Problem number three. You're busy, but not moving forward. I know contractors working 70 hours a week, every week for years. It's crazy busy, jobs back to back, phone ringing all the time. Their business hasn't grown in 3 years. That's being busy without getting anywhere. And old you can't tell the difference. Here's the good news. You're closer to freedom than you think. You don't need to work twice as hard. Just change how you work. Here's something else. That pride you have in doing everything yourself, that pride built your rep. It got you here. But now, it's that same pride that's holding you back. Here's the pattern. Old you says, I'm just going to take care of it. But new you should be asking, how do I make sure I never have to do this again? That's the difference between protecting your hustle and building stuff that gives you freedom. Let me tell you about Mike. He's an HVAC contractor outside of Detroit. Stuck at $900,000 for 3 years straight. Same crew, same hustle, same results every December. Mike thought it was a marketing problem. He wanted a better website, more leads, all the usual stuff. But when I looked at his business from the outside, the problem wasn't marketing. The problem was old Mike was still running the show. And honestly, I get it. I kept old Ryan around way too long, and it nearly cost me everything. Old Mike was doing bids manually, even though he could have built a system for that. Old Mike was personally checking every job because he didn't trust his crew to do it right. Old Mike was answering his phone at 9 p.m. Hey, what if it's an emergency? So we didn't fire old Mike, we just retrained him for a different role. We took all of that hustle and dedication and redirected it into building systems that worked whether Mike was there or not. 6 months later, Mike cracked 1.3 million. Same crew, same market, just clearer thinking. That's what happens when you stop being the bottleneck and start building a business that works without you having to be everywhere at once. So how do you teach old you a different job? Here's the 3 steps we use with Mike and hundreds of other contractors. Step 1, find the patterns. Where are you doing things because you just always have? Make a list of everything you do in a typical week, and then ask yourself, why do I still do this? Is it because it's the best way, or because it's just old you's way? Step 2, stop being the worker and start being the boss. For every item on that list, ask yourself this question. Would the boss of a $5 million company be doing this? Checking every bill before it goes out? Probably not. Driving to Home Depot to get supplies? Definitely not. Staying late to clean up the shop? Never. Here's what you need to get. You don't get paid to do stuff. You get paid to decide stuff. You're not the crew leader anymore. You're not the guy with the tools. You're the boss of a growing business. Start thinking like one. Step 3, build better ways and pick one, just one thing that old you still does, just one, and then teach someone else to do it. Make a system to do it, or just stop doing it. Mike started calling customers back. Old Mike spent 3 hours every Friday calling customers himself. We built a way for it to happen automatically. Same results, 0 hours of his time. That's the power of teaching old you a new job and building ways that actually grow. Look, you're not stuck because you're lazy. You're not stuck because you don't work hard enough. You're stuck because old you is still running things. But old you was built to survive. New you is here to build freedom. And I'm talking about real freedom. Getting home in time to see your kids before they go to bed. Taking actual weekends off without checking your phone every 5 minutes. Going on a vacation without worrying that everything will fall apart while you're gone. Old you thinks that working harder always works. New you knows that working smarter is what makes you grow. Old you protects the hustle. New you builds ways that replace the hustle. You've outgrown old you. Your business has outgrown old you. Your family deserves better than what old you can give them. It's time to teach the invisible worker a new job and step into the boss role you've already earned. All because you can do everything yourself. It doesn't mean you should. So you got a choice to make. You can keep letting old you run things, keep working your butt off, and keep hitting the same wall year after year. Keep working 70-hour weeks while your business stays exactly where it is. Or you can teach old you a new job. Step up as the real boss and start building a business that works without you having to be everywhere at once. A business that gives your nights back, your weekends back, your freedom back. If you're ready to see what's holding you back and you replace it with stuff that gives you freedom, check the link below and let's talk. Because here's what I know for sure. You work too hard to let yesterday's habits run tomorrow's business. I'm Ryan, and I believe you're ready to teach old you a new job and build something amazing. The question is, are you ready to make that call? Are you ready to fire old you and build systems that create real freedom? Click the link in the schedule. Let's schedule a conversation about what's possible when you stop being the bottleneck in your own business.